My name is Dish, well that's what everyone calls me. I'm from Southall originally and I now live in Bergen in Norway. I think I have quite a distinctive style, so people say they recognise my work. It normally has a bit of a feminist lens. I tend to paint women mostly. It's colourful, it's meant to be uplifting, but sometimes it has notes of darkness in there. I like to shine lights on people's stories and I think they deserve to be remembered. So I think my work is a bit of storytelling and bringing about some insight into other people's lives that maybe we would have forgotten or we don't know about. I'm a bit of a history nerd, so I do get quite go down rabbit holes of people's lives and what they've done and stuff. I find that quite inspiring. Places need colour and people deserve to see images on the street. Not everyone can go to a gallery or go to a show, so there's not always access to artwork, and I think some people should have access, and even if they don't want it, but anyway, they may not like it. So I use lots of different kinds of forms, so sometimes they might see an actual dish, not me, but a little plate. So I like to use upcycled plates. I draw on them and then I glue them onto walls. And so they're kind of small interactions, so something that's unexpected. You might not see it the first time you pass it, and then there it is. And they're quite easy to put up, and it's something I think that's kind of inspiring for people that they could do that as well. That's sort of like kind of grassroots of street art. And then I also do paste ups, so because they're easy to send around to people, fast to get up, and that's kind of a fun way to get a repetitive image and some variation into it as well. You can change the colours and inks as you're going along. And then I also kind of like the challenge of doing muralism as well and doing larger pieces. I can see a change in my work as I've gone over, because I'm now in my 40s, so I've been painting since forever. So there is definitely a change. It was much more scarier and darker when I was younger, kind of lots of ink and stuff. And now I think it's lightened up. I try to use a lot more colour. Sometimes I go back to being inky and messy. But yes, I think it's kind of just sort of naturally developed, but it holds its own sort of signature style. So it's kind of recognisable. I think I'm inspired by a lot of female artists. We were talking yesterday about Tracy Emin. She was quite, the work that she's done. And the people around me inspire me quite a lot. So I think it's like ordinary people and artists that I know. And then everyday stories and people like my grandmother and their journeys and people. Their everyday stories and struggles is kind of relatable to, you find that. And then how people overcome those struggles or overcome those struggles that they might have been going through, or social struggles that exist that they can kind of push through those boundaries. I found quite inspiring. Music is very inspiring for me. I think that kind of always got some kind of tune dinging around in my head. I can't play anything, but I find musicians really inspiring to be around as well, and just like working with music in the background, or with musicians as well. I quite love the freedom of it. I can travel with the work sometimes, all the different people you meet. So you meet so many different people and so many cool people. That kind of creative energy you don't get in other places. And I quite like focusing on new projects and new ideas and like reading up and researching and stuff. That can go down a long rabbit hole for a long time. I hope people would take away from my work when they see it a sense of hope, a sense of perhaps learning something new, seeing a different culture from a new lens that they hadn't experienced themselves, and just a feeling of hopefulness as they pass by. Yeah, I think.